is where them homeless folks spend a whole bunch of time picking up trash. One of them. They didn't go all the way into the bushes, obviously. They just made sure it was a bit cleaned up. Now, I would suppose the hotel, since people can see that from out their windows, they probably sent somebody too. Now, with them youngins being close enough for me to see right now, I do feel safer about if anybody messes with them. With more people out here in public, and there are a few, if anybody tries messing with them, it's an increased chance that, first of all, that nobody will do anything to them. Second of all, they found a buddy to walk with to help keep them safe. And that is a very important part of homelessness as well, is the buddy system. Now, it was odd that as I was getting ready to start the video, they come up and started talking to me. But of course, I'm going from back there by the Hampton Inn and Suites along the waterfront here and going to the Sinclair station. Because the Sinclair, this is where a lot of the homeless people go, because over there at the Shell station, all the way on the other side of all that crap, the marina's on the other side of that. And it's a roundabout way you have to walk to even get there, so it takes a bit. It'll get you sweating. And of course, if you got EBT, it doesn't work there. So of course, over to the Sinclair station, which I just found out about a few days ago from that other homeless man, the one that was up in the mountains. He said he used to be a Marine, or once a Marine, always a Marine, right? So I'm going to go into the Riverfront Market, of course. That's the name of the Sinclair station, Riverfront Market. These folks are pretty nice in here. They talk to me like I'm a person. Let's see. Bonjour. I'm telling my YouTube viewers about how nice you guys are here, especially at this store.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, them two young ladies yesterday, you this morning, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of nice folks in this town. Not all of them are good, but at least they're nice. I figured I'd come grab me something to eat for dinner. Maybe a Hot Pocket. No, you're out of them. Why are you out of Hot Pockets? Alright. Let's see what else for dinner.
All ended up at the same place.
Yeah, that's because this is the only place that takes EBT.
Actually, that's I got you $2. It's even better. I'm 5'5". I'm confident in that.
I'm like 5'7".
All right, have a nice night.
Some color.
I'm 5'5", and I'm
medium back.
no one can change my mind.
520.
Those ladies, they were up at the Astro earlier today.
Yeah, that guy, he works up there.
Yeah. Oh, there was a few creepers up there being creepy. That his grandma actually works there, and she knocked them dudes. Well, she didn't hit them. She let them know in no uncertain terms that ain't okay.
Oh, they're just acting weird or what?
One of them was trying to get drugs from the one with the multicolored hair, and I guess they were making comments about their chesticles. There's two different guys. The scary one though, he was the scary one for me anyway. Was the first one. Why is it not working? Enter my
He was
damn.
what?
The first one was the creepiest one. Did it not work?
No, it's going through.
All right.
Takes a moment.
Yeah, because they even let them know that they weren't even 18. They were just little kids, and like that dude just kept on.
Being a creep, huh?
Yep. On the bright side, that lady up there knew what the tune was, and she knew it was up, and scared both them creepers off.
Fucking A.
Hell yeah. Thank you much. Thanks, sir. All right. Time to go sit down and enjoy the scenery, right? Let me see. All right. Apparently it turned off for a little bit, which is cool. Well, I'm gonna sit down and have something cold. I've been walking around all day trying to make sure my legs don't get all stiff and screwy on me. Oh my God. Oh, holy shit. But like I kept on saying to everybody, I need someone there in person. These people are less likely to do screwed up shit if there's somebody in person with me. If it's just me, they're gonna pull the mentally ill tag and use that as an excuse to ignore anything that I say, and that's just inhumane. A lot of times, especially recently, I've had to allow situations to get further than I should have allowed, simply because it's too easy for me to get blamed for any fucked up situation. Oh, he's mentally ill. Oh, he's mentally ill. All right, well, fine and dandy. I'll record the situation if I have to. I'm not going to have innocent people threatened, harassed, or even fucking killed. That's not cool. When I threaten people, it's with the truth and with court. It's amazing how easy it is for people to pretend I'm some sort of a mass murderer over that. Although there was an occasion where I did threaten people back. It's important to note that I was threatening people back. And then the folks who wanted to pretend I was threatening them, well, it turned out that wasn't exactly the case. Oh, you threatened to kill Alicia? No, I fucking didn't. You should have listened. You should have paid attention. You let anybody spin off any narrative that they want, get away with it by calling me mentally ill. Even if I record the situations and they're on YouTube, you look the other way. A lot of folks keep saying to me, well, why don't you go to the police? Why don't you go to the police? I got a YouTube full of what happens when I go to the police. You wouldn't like it if you were treated that way. Especially if you went and did all the stuff they told you needed to do, and it still didn't make any difference. That's the problem with being called mentally ill. That's the problem with most of these folks. These young women that you see that cut on themselves. It's a two-part system. The first part, Daddy couldn't keep his hands to himself. Second part, Mommy wouldn't listen. And then it starts with the lady Beck, just for the attention. And it's not just for attention's sake. There's something messed up happening and somebody needs to hear her, but you're not hearing her, are you? If you're not hearing the girls, what chance does a boy have? A lot of these girls who tried telling on their daddies for touching them wrong, what happened to them? They got sent to a mental institution for a while, till they were sad because they couldn't see their friends anymore. So they were willing to go back and live with their predators, and even understanding that there's the possibility of that person doing it to them again, but they just want to see their friends. But what happens when they finally get to see their friends? Their friends all heard they were in a mental institution and they're crazy, they're mentally ill. From then on in, everybody blows you off for the rest of your life. Nobody will ever listen to you again. You don't matter because you were abused and you did the right thing by telling. Why is it that people are afraid to come forward about abuse? Because they're afraid of being victimized if they're poor. Oh yeah, sure. Upper middle class white kid. Yeah, somebody might listen to them. If you're poor, it only matters if the person you're turning in is poor. And really, we see police using CPS as their own personal vanguard. Oh well, we have a problem with this particular person, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna use CPS to do our dirty work. We see a lot of that. Or police threatening parents with CPS. For me, trying to turn in Scott DaCosta, for it not to be taken seriously by anyone, to the point where Scott DaCosta and a Nebraska State Patrolman got to assault me for trying to turn in Scott DaCosta. Now, there are too many situations where the breach of trust with the Nebraska State Patrol and their lack of give a shit resulted in a lot of harm against my person, but not just mine. These other people who are telling me all these horrible things that other people are doing, or what they're afraid that other people will do. Well, fucking speak up, dumbass. Don't tell me these things and tell me how I'm supposed to what? I'm supposed to allow everybody else's kids to be fucking threatened just because you're selfish and only care about your own? You're a fucking piece of shit parent. Holy hell. Imagine if all parents were like you. Your kid goes missing and you're like, whatever. Oh well. Imagine if every parent looked away the way that you have. You want to pretend this is just about Natalie or it's just about me. No, it's about a lot of people. A lot of people like Sarah Bacon. A lot of people like Amanda DeMette. A lot of people like my little sister. And like Mandy Hughes. And Danica Garner. And Rochelle Shelley Campbell. And even Rose M. Kelly. Natalie's mother herself. Yes, the people that I am afraid of, I have every right and reason to be afraid of. When it comes to my family, yes, I have every right and every reason to be afraid for my family. For my predators to be the only ones allowed a day in court, the only ones ever allowed to speak. I'm never allowed to show evidence, and you know what? Most of the time, I'm not even allowed to go to my own court dates. That is unconstitutional by a lot. But that's where the mentally ill tag comes in. When you're homeless, everybody assumes you're on drugs. All they got to do is call you mentally ill. Oh, somebody was firing off rounds yesterday. What size is that? That round looks like a 7.62 by 39 millimeter. Well, we got a stick here. We can flip it over and take a look, couldn't we? Says LC21. I don't know. What do you think? Anyway, we picked it up. We also picked up the stick. So we don't want to be the litter bugs of someone else's litter. I can afford to pick up these two pieces of trash. Nobody got shot here in Hood River so far as I know, so It's not like I'm throwing away evidence. Oh, dead bird, that's sad. And of course, trash. There is a lot of trash over here. This is just off the interstate, so like there's all over. I'm not sure if the camera picked any of that up. I don't know. It does this little weird reconnect thing or rotate the camera thing or whatever, so I think it records during that, but I can't be certain. Anyway, with young folks saying no, well, I think that first guy not getting a hint, it wasn't a hint. By the time he left, it was probably 2 or 3 minutes well past being a hint. At that point, I didn't feel comfortable being there, but I also would have felt very uncomfortable with leaving. Sometimes doing the right thing is not fucking comfortable. Sometimes it doesn't feel good to do the right thing. Sometimes you love your little brother, but your niece needs to be kept safe. Such is life, right? Now that young woman in a small town like this, should she have to go out and about with a professional adult attaché every time she goes out? No. No, she shouldn't. It's a small enough town, she should be able to go out. She ought to be able to go out in broad daylight and go to a fucking gas station and get a soda pop without being fucking scared. And of course, with that dude, you know, you don't know how far away the guy's gone. You don't know how, you know, if he's lingering just around the corner or if he's pissed off in the alley or if he's going to dose himself and then he's gonna come back and fuck everybody up. You never know. With him not being able to understand that no means no, all of those become possibilities. When I said no means no, I got laughed at. Great, thanks, good news. That's how most of the homeless are treated, including women. So go fuck yourselves. I'm not interested in your bullshit or your excuses. I'm interested in saving lives. No victim left behind is not a fucking joke to me. And I don't mean that as in some group called No Victim Left Behind. If there is one, there probably is. We need to understand that not all of the victims are 9-year-old girls. Now, the situation with that man and what he was trying to get his hands on, especially here in a small town like this, that is creepy. And having 2 creepy incidents like that to the same person and verified, obviously, not just by me. These situations actually did happen in rapid succession just to one person, just to one young lady in this small town. Of course, some of y'all might say, oh, well, you know, it was drug related or it was alcohol related. That doesn't make it okay. Just because that guy was obviously messing around with things he shouldn't have been, that doesn't make it okay. That's just like the situation with Robert Warnick. People wanted me to blow it off because he was drunk when he said it. It's time. It's not okay that he did those things. It's not okay that he came up to me and tried to intimidate me and be a fucking douchebag. It was unnecessary. When it comes to a male's boundaries, you guys don't recognize our boundaries. When I say you guys, I don't mean just the guys. I don't mean just the ladies. I mean everybody in the United States seems to forget that men are people too. Men can get taken advantage of too. A man who cries, you see how a man who cries is treated. You kill my friends, I'm gonna cry. It's just gonna happen. It's not my job or responsibility to make your decisions for you or form your opinions, and whatever you choose to believe is your choice. It's a choice. When you remain ignorant of the situations that we have to live through day to day, it's a choice. The stuff that you guys bitch about and sue people over and get thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars, this is trivial shit to us. Like, are you kidding me? You got paid for that? That happens to us daily. And there's the ones who say, oh, well, you put yourself in that situation. You know what? Those young ladies earlier today did not put themselves in that situation. Matter of fact, the situation that they put themselves into is the right thing for them to do. They found a reasonably safe location out in the open with adults, one of them possessing a quite scary looking beard. Although I'm not the one that guy needed to be afraid of. Also, obviously, twice when I've been walking, I've run into the young ladies that situation happened to. So, I mean, it's that small of a town, especially since on this side of town, it's basically a north-south relay. That's Washington State down there. And this side is Oregon. The Columbia River is in between us and Washington State. It's not far away. Obviously, we were just down at the waterfront not too long ago. And we're almost back up to the gas station. Now, there's enough people and it's still light enough out. And of course, it's starting to cool off. So some people are coming out for basically the equivalent of a leisurely stroll. It's still a reasonably safe place. The comments that those guys made, definitely not called for. There's a big difference between who I am in real life and who I have to be to get heard. That's why I'm not the same person on the internet as I am in real life. In real life, I gotta mind my goddamn P's and my fucking Q's. NyQuil, we love you, you giant fucking Q. That was from Dennis Leary, No Cure for Cancer. Hell of a comedian. Anyway, I cannot impress upon you how impressed I am with the people who work at that particular gas station. They're not the people that you would expect to be heroes or to do anything heroic or to even stand up for anybody else's rights. You know, for you guys, that's the Captain America types. Oh, you see a person in uniform, that's the people who are lifesavers. That's the people who make a difference. No. Those are the people who show up after the fact and fuck everything up. Assign blame and try to get monetary compensation. Not for the victim, however. Alright, I guess I'll have to cross here because there's no actual crosswalk there. Now, my belief in no means no. That means no means no. It doesn't matter what color or gender or religion or age. No means fucking no. When you tell someone to stop and they don't stop, like what I had to deal with Natalie, him and a whole hell of a lot of other people before Natalie was killed. I mean, that's just unfucking called for. It's not necessary. When it comes to people choosing to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, there's a lot of folks that, yeah, sure, there's a lot of folks in America who understand you don't want to get shot for being black. Oh, you know what? My friends don't want to get shot for being homeless. Oh my God, that hurts. Just found marijuanas in a parking lot that belongs to the city of Hood River. I wonder if they're going to charge themselves with possession of marijuana. Probably a good time to go find something to throw this away into, right? What happens if I do that? Well, then the cops might go through that person's dumpster and go, oh, well, we found some marijuana in their dumpster. They're not dumping of it properly. If they want to make an excuse, they'll make an excuse. They'll find an excuse. There's an officer in Washington State who's in trouble for, well, saying something quite similar. He was saying if a cop is behind you, you need to move the fuck out of the way. And if they stay behind you long enough, they can find a reason to pull you over. Well, yeah. That officer didn't lie. He told the truth. That's exactly how it is. If an officer wants to fucking road rage, he can do it. If he wants to road rage and say, oh, I was afraid, he can fucking blow your goddamn head off, no problem. Police officers union will cover his expenses and he'll get paid while he takes a break. Vacation time. Oh. Alright, I guess to throw it away is over at the... Oh, wait, no. There is a... My back is killing me. I'm trying to have a positive attitude and all that jazz. And all that jazz. But I just walked past God, what are those things called? It's a special kind of ashtray. It's big at the bottom with a bucket inside, and then of course the top comes up to a sloped pillar, and it's all tiny and shit. I suppose it don't matter, it's an ashtray. So I'll go throw it in that. I believe that's the proper place to put it. And now the greatest thing though, I mean, I have noticed that there's not heroin needles everywhere here. It's not anywhere close to that. And there's a few people here from Washington I've spoken to about the heroin epidemic there. And almost all the towns. Where did all those drugs fucking come from? Like right when they thought they had the heroin epidemic stamped out and it was just going to be meth, and then blam, double whammy. We're getting hit with both. All right, so this thing right here, the Smokers Ceasefire. All right. Now sometimes I come over here and I get snipes out of this. What a snipe is for a homeless person is a half-smoked cigarette. Bonjour. So, I guess we got everything taken care of as far as our supposed duties and all that. Back uphill, God, I hate this. The uphill stuff is the crap that kills me. Although some of these collections of boxes are pretty cool. There's an art to building a house out of boxes at night. If the weather is bad and you have wet cardboard around you and it's dripping on you, you will stink. So part of the art of making a cardboard house includes using many small boxes to make a bigger box. And of course, pay attention to the slope. That way you don't end up stinking. You know what? Here's a garbage can right here. Got another one of these marijuana thingies. I think that should be alright. And of course, I'm not going to touch the Band-Aid, but we can afford to pick up the fireworks and throw them away. And pretend I'm a bad person while I'm at it. Whoa, I'm a big scary bear. Alright, I'm going to end this video. I'm hungry. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.